ago, 6 of Britain's toughest state schools
Stand up.
were taught the art of debating. 6 mentors from educational charity DebateMate struggled with tears and tension
I'm not doing it.
Ellie?
before selecting the best speakers to clash in the prestigious Oxford Union. Team London, Bristol and Manchester won their debates, and the best runner-up was Team Merseyside. Now the 4 teams go head-to-head in the world's most famous debating chamber for the ultimate knockout.
The artists should have enough respect to understand they have younger fans.
Why should we invade their privacy? Why should we look into their life?
At the end of today, only 1 team will be crowned national champions.
The winner of the Artemis DebateMate Cup is...
Around the UK, the 4 schools left in the competition are having a tactical debrief.
If you sat down and did this as a group and all put your ideas like this, you would end up with far more points than if you all do lists.
Talk to the judge. If you're making an emotive argument, do that at the judge. They are who you're trying to persuade. They are the important people.
There's one team that has left a lasting impression.
I think the team to beat is London. Like, we want it bad, but London need it.
London, that's a good competition. They're all very good debaters.
Everyone thinks that Kingsford's going to be scary and that they are hard competition, but they're not. I think we could beat them.
However, in London at Kingsford Community School,
Well done. You're good. You did well over the weekend. You were impressive.
DebateMate mentor Adam has some unexpected news for his team.
I don't know if you guys appreciate quite how close it was. I talked to all 3 of the judges about the debate and about what they thought. They thought that you guys sometimes spent time on material that he wasn't massively convinced about, and at times were overly aggressive. Don't give me an aggressive face to prove you weren't overly aggressive, right?
We're not aggressive. I'm telling you now, we're not
Sure,
aggressive.
but there's...
Yeah, I'm angry. No, it's
Chelsea,
true.
there is literally no point trying to persuade me of any of this, right? Because it's the judge you have to persuade. And if the judge thinks it, and it's the same judge...
It's because my face, innit?
well, your face is an aspect of your style.
Well,
right?
I'm not going to
Lots of
smile
things.
while speaking. That's stupid.
If you think you're not aggressive and you don't care what he thinks, cool. Carry on just the way you are, but I promise you'll lose.
But it's supposed to be intimidating.
No, you're not. Right, OK. Back to square one.
When Chelsea started 12 weeks ago, she was a confident speaker.
If I ruled the world, music would be compulsory every single day.
But she also had a tendency to be forceful.
Where would this world...
Try again.
Blood. I
Right.
listen to yours, so you should listen to mine.
Let's try again.
I agree. I'm a strong, opinionated person, and I don't back down, which is a bad thing, but it's a good thing at the same time.
Under the spotlight in the Oxford Union, Chelsea and her team adopted a powerful style.
First, I have some rebuttal. Not every child is like that. How dare you say something like that? Are you saying that parents don't have a choice whether to buy their children gifts or not? Fine.
The judges noticed, and they lost points. Now the finals are looming. DebateMate mentor Adam has made a big decision in the interests of the team.
Chelsea's development needs to be her turning from a very confident individual to a good team player and a good team leader. And part of that is going to be learning the lesson that you can be an essential part of a team if you're not right at its front at the most visible part. You are very good at organising your time quite efficiently, and I think your managerial approach is good. So based on the way I've seen you guys prep, I'm going to say, look, I've got to change things up. I've got to take one of our strongest speakers and make the tactical decision that the best use of Chelsea is going to be leading prep. And I need you to do that for me.
Okay.
And I know that you can't do that if you're speaking. So, and I wanted to chat to you about this because I know, no, don't give me that look. Think of it like, like the coach of a football team. You're not just like the weakest of the 5 footballers that I decided to bench. You're the person I need to lead that team.
Yeah, but nobody else sees that. They just see, oh, yeah,
Like-
swords, yeah, you're the side man.
No.
Yeah, because you
But
didn't
this is
even
it.
get picked to do the debate.
I've made this call. I know it's the right call. I do.
Okay. I don't know how I feel, actually, because it hasn't really sunk in. I'm just like, yeah, cool. But, I can't really prove myself and help win the competition. But I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to feel tomorrow.
After 12 weeks of competitive debating, it's time for the 4 teams to set off for the finals. Journeying south from Liverpool are the Mosslands boys, and they're travelling in style.
One corner to the next stop, innit?
That's where you're getting off.
We're not getting off at London.
Who told you that?
Mum. Hey, but guess what?
What?
On a first class train.
You get the first class bit?
Yeah, the first class.
I am excited to go to London, yeah, because obviously we're going to Parliament.
Making the most of their time are the Bristol crew.
So in every debate, you want to talk about government, you've got people directly affected, and then you've got society.
Meanwhile, for Team Manchester, it's the perfect time to consider the home of Britain's democracy.
I don't think every 13-year-old knows what the Houses of Parliament is.
Which party is the Prime Minister part of?
Why are you going to ask me that? Like I'm going to know that. I don't know. Barney, what party is the Prime Minister part of? The Communist.
Which party is it?
The Communism or something. Conservative. The Conservative. This is so embarrassing.
Are we here? Are we here in London? Oh my God, Paul, are we in London?
London town,
Come on.
London town.
Are you guys feeling like we got home advantage?
No.
In Parliament? No. Why
There's
not?
no mercy. I think it's added pressure because
Okay.
we are in our own region, and if we lose, it's going to be a massive shame. Not a shame, not to just Kingston, but to London.
Okay. No pressure then, obviously.
In a few hours, the teenagers must clash in the nation's debating heartland.
I've never been to London before. It's like proper busy. I've seen loads of nice cars and that.
Everything from the price of a pint to the declaration of war is decided here. But today, all that matters is winning the Artemis Debate Mate Cup.
Now that I've got closer to it, it's quite big and yeah, it's really scary now.
To welcome them is Lawrence Ward, the 48th Sergeant at Arms. For the last 600 years, it has been the sergeant's duty to uphold security, and to this day is the only one to carry a sword in the House of Commons.
Well, good morning, everybody, and a very warm welcome to the House of Commons. This is the home of our democracy, and you are incredibly lucky because we don't normally allow debates in the House of Commons for anybody other than members of Parliament. Unlike my predecessors, that were predominantly generals and admirals or high commissioners, I used to be a postman. And an opportunity in Royal Mail came up to work at the House of Commons as the postmaster. I grabbed it, and I've done many jobs in this place, and I've reached one of the top officials' jobs from a very humble background. So if I can do it, you can do it. And I urge you to take the spirit of this place and really give it your best shot, as though it's your last and your one and only chance of doing that.
There's no room for mistakes now. Our time of practice is over. This is a real thing, so, you know, we're just going to try our best.
It's not a laugh now. It's 4 strong teams that have got through. We can do it, and like we just need to prove it. I think we're going to smash it.
It's the final rounds of a national school debating competition in Parliament. The 4 remaining teams will face each other in 2 semi-final debates. Only the 2 winning teams will progress to the final and contest the cup.
So what we need to do is have each individual point. 5 minutes has to be knowing what every other person is going to say.
And memorise.
The semi-final debate is between Team Merseyside and Team Manchester.
Winners.
Winners!
Mentor Monica has a new strategy that involves Merseyside star speaker Charlie.
One of the big problems that we had at Oxford was that we didn't actually attack the other team enough. They didn't rebut enough, and there wasn't enough of that pressure against the other team. And I think Charlie could be the key to helping us do that. He can take issue with anything anyone else says. He's very naturally gifted.
Last time, Monica couldn't utilise her top debater. 2 weeks ago, Charlie was excluded from the team by head teacher Mr. Whiteley for being rude to staff.
You're not in the position to represent the school.
Can I do something to get back in the team? I want to prove to you, sir. Because that's the only reason I'm actually still in the school, sir. Because I had something to work for.
You can prove it to me by going along on Sunday to support your team.
Charlie swallowed his pride and came to Oxford to support his friends. His passionate speech from the floor helped secure their place in the final.
There's 2 stones in the room to mark the soldiers who lost their life, who were forced into war. Do you want another stone in this room, or do you want people on the streets?
It was enough to convince Mr. Whiteley.
That's what I say, Charlie.
Takes guts to come here for that.
Yep.
Go back with the programme, okay?
Now Charlie is back in the team to help Merseyside win this crucial round.
Just excited, and I'm in it to win it.
You've done absolutely amazing up until this point. It's the next hour and a half that matters. You give it your all, you go in there, you smash down the other argument, and that's all we can do.
For the second semi-final, Team Bristol is preparing to clash with Team London.
It's always good to go up against a strong team, because what that does is that raises the level of debate. All you've got to worry about is yourself. Don't focus at all on the other side. Just do what you've been doing this whole time, because what you've been doing is absolutely phenomenal.
In the London camp, Chelsea is unhappy she's not speaking this time.
I have to be the team leader and not speak. So if we don't get into the finals, I won't be speaking.
So I take it you're not pleased about that?
Of course I'm not pleased. Nobody would be pleased if they were in my position.
Just because you're not making a whole speech doesn't mean that what you're saying isn't as relevant to the debate.
It isn't, though.
It can literally flip people's opinions.
All I need to do is say, okay, Joshua, do you have a point? Cool, I write it down like I'm some sideman.
No.
What you say in a floor speech can completely flip things around.
Yeah, but they
for us.
don't. They might not even choose me to say anything.
They do. They have to.
It's on stage.
They have to.
Make a floor speech.
I don't have to. If I don't put my hand up, then I won't. Why would What if I have nothing to say then?
If you have nothing to say, then why do you want to be a speaker in the team?
What?
If you have nothing to say, then why are you not a speaker in the team?
She's just struggling to be a team player and appreciate that sometimes she isn't the most important thing in a group. And it's really difficult to try and, in a very short amount of time we've got, turn that around. But we'll see how things go.
Chelsea's behaviour is also beginning to unsettle her London teammates.
I don't know how Chelsea's going to be in prep. She's kind of unpredictable. So we'll just have to wait and see, to be honest. I hope she's helpful.
Chelsea.
Worried that her attitude could ruin the team's spirit, Adam and Kingsford teacher Miss Alimi take Chelsea aside.
Chelsea, you have repeatedly said that you want them to win because then you get a chance to speak in the
because
final.
I'm not here for them, I'm here for myself.
See, Chelsea, that is the most upsetting thing you could ever say to me. Like, I don't...
We're a team, cool, we're a team, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I'm not here for them to be all pleased because of what they have achieved. I'm here for myself and what I have achieved.
You're here for yourself?
Yeah.
Chelsea, you're not understanding the point here. Listen to yourself, okay? You can't be here for the team and be here for yourself, okay? Everybody, listen to me, Chelsea. Whether you get to speak or you don't get to speak is not important. What is important?
It's important to me.
Okay, Chelsea, if everybody were to have that same attitude, we would not be here right now.
I chose to do this for myself. I didn't choose to
But
do
that's
this.
fine as a motivation.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But no, that's fine to come into it as a motivation. But what I would hope is that you came in to help yourself, but what you realised is that what was more important.
Yeah,
is
but I'm
supporting
not saying that I'm just going to put myself first. I'm saying the role that I'm doing is not as important as speaking and doing the
But then
debate.
we're telling you it is.
But I
We're
know that
choosing-
it's not. Miss, you
They will
can't
not-
expect me to be jumping around and say, yay, I'm sitting on the sidelines.
I think that it would be a bit much to expect Chelsea to be completely selfless, but we do need to see at least some appreciation that she's not going it alone and that the success of the rest of the team is just as important as her feeling like she's done well.
All right, so guys, the important thing for you guys to remember is to do everything the way you've learned to do it, all right? So
There's just 30 minutes until the first debate.
what's better than one reason? Two. What's better than two reasons? Three.
And Manchester's key speaker, Imani, is feeling the pressure.
Most of all, guys, remember, yeah, that you're good at this, all right? You can do this. I've seen you do this. You just need to do it again.
12 weeks ago, when the debate programme started, Imani's feelings of self-doubt came to the fore.
What would you do to make an impact on the world now?
I've had this fear for a long time. It's hard. Not that I don't want to do it, but I can't. I can't do it.
Over time, debating helped her find greater self-belief.
And that leads on to my next point. It's stealing. Point of information? No. It turns into stealing, and in the future, they'll go, no.
Imani conquered her fears and became one of Manchester's star speakers. Now, head of year Miss Byrne is worried Imani's self-doubts are returning.
You are now a more confident person, yes or no? Right, so that's what we need to show everybody else. Okay?
Yeah.
Do not worry, you're going to be absolutely fine. And if you make a mistake, you make a mistake. Everybody does it. I know you're feeling sick, I know you're nervous. But as soon as you look at the judges, nobody else matters in that crowd. It's just the judges.
I don't think I'm going to do as well as I could. I feel like I'm not going to do it good, and I think I'm going to let people down, and I'm just really nervous.
Imani must find a way to conquer her nerves as the semi-final is about to begin. In Westminster, it's now the first of two critical knockout debates to decide who will contest the final. Charlie and the Merseyside boys have just 30 minutes to prepare. They're up against Imani and her Manchester teammates.
I don't know what to write. Oh my gosh, can you elaborate? Oh my God.
The 150-strong audience includes runners-up Wood Green and Bluecoat Academy and the team's families.
I'd never thought that Imani would come this far with the debating skills. Just amazing how far she has come. She's always been a good talker, but now she's just the best.
I think on front, yeah, he'll be a cool dude. You know, I'm the big man and, you know, a bit like I'm the Prime Minister, but I think deep down he'll be nervous. There's some really good schools, isn't there? And I just think it's a competition, let's up the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the finals of the Artemis DebateMate Cup.
Chair for the competition is world debating champion Louis Iwu.
So now I'm going to welcome the judges, who will be deciding today's debates.
The team of world-class debating judges are back to weigh up the case of the proposition and opposition. It's now or never for the teams to show their most persuasive style and argumentation.
Look, lads. Do it now. Hey, boys, good luck.
The motion they're debating is whether music with violent, sexist and homophobic lyrics should be banned.
Okay, so I'm speaking for the first on behalf of Proposition, but we feel the artists should have enough respect to understand that they have younger fans, not just older fans. Some of their lyrics can mislead teenagers into drugs or bad habits. I have a little sister, and recently she listened to a song called Whistle by Florida. Well, my mum wasn't very pleased when she was singing them lyrics.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Ellis, and I am the first speaker for the opposition. The opposition says no, we shouldn't. The more music choices, the more money the economy will bring. As if this music is banned, then there would be less money in government. Decline. We should not ban these type of lyrics in music, thank you.
This music should be abolished. Violence should never be incorporated into music. This is not showing our youth the right way. In fact, it's not showing people the right way of all ages. It's teaching them that it's okay to use gross language and violent conduct and vile machinery such as guns.
Everything now rides on reformed bad boy Charlie.
I listen to that music which contains homophobic lyrics in, sexist lyrics in, and it contains violence in. And I'm not violent in any way. I just listen to it because in my heart I like that music. Kids on the streets don't really have like many things in life, so they turn to like music as a way to like cope. I know this because sometimes when I get bored or I get upset, I write like lyrics or a poem, and it makes me feel good in myself. And I know that like everyone in this room probably has listened to a song that's got like music in which is bad and which could have a bad influence. But we like it because we like the music, not because we want to be something bad when we grow up.
Imani is next to argue for the ban. Since setting foot in Parliament, she's been battling past feelings of self-doubt.
I'd like to start off with my first point. Sexist lyrics in music can affect both boys and girls. sexist music, language with sexism can cause brainwashing to children and can make them believe that this is a right thing to do and make them believe that this is a right thing to do. For example, Chris Brown's song "Girls Ain't Loyal" is showing men that they should treat women badly. It's treating them as fellow companions in the world, and they are not treating. And this song is treating women with no respect. The proposition believe that songs with sexist, homophobic language should be banned, and we urge the judges to vote for the proposition. Thank you.
It's now over to the judges.
Come on, babe. You did fantastic. I think the nerves just got the better of her. But she's good.
Are you proud of her?
Always. Always proud of her.
What happened with your speech?
I was nervous. I wasn't thinking about anything. And I didn't write enough down.
Imani smashed it, and do you know why she did that? Because when she got upset, she didn't stop and sit down, she carried on, and that's all we could have asked for, her to carry on. And I think we've just come back stronger, and hopefully we've won.
Well, I mean, I think both teams have improved massively since last week.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a shame to see any of the teams really go out at this stage.
Yeah, they've worked so hard.
What I was especially impressed with is the way that they recovered when they had a bad moment.
Yeah.
And like Umani, who, she was seriously faltering at some points, and it is always incredibly difficult to speak especially in a place like this.
She was giving some really good points as well. I think she just needed to be a little bit more confident. It was probably just nerves that got to her.
The person I thought that was most interesting was Charlie. Really heartfelt, very interesting, and very mature line of argumentation.
I was nervous to start off with, and then I started speaking a bit more, and I started to get my confidence back. But yeah, it was good. I think I done enough to get through me, because we all put in a good shift and that, so yeah, I reckon we done enough.
Only one team can progress to the final and contest the trophy. Either Charlie's Mosslins School or Imani and her Stretford High.
So, without further ado, the team going through from today's semi-final is the Stretford School.
I'm quite shocked. I didn't think we were going to win. I thought the other team were going to win because they didn't have much stuttering and they didn't have like what I did, but I'm happy that we won.
When they said Stretford, my heart literally just went boom. It's like it's to beat or something. But we haven't won yet. Still got to make it through the final.
It is a sense of achievement because in Oxford I didn't speak as loud, and here I spoke as loud as I possibly could. But obviously because I'm louder now.
There's nothing to be upset about. At least we came here and had the experience. Obviously I tried not to get here. I got here, and I don't think nothing can beat this. Going to House of Parliament. It's decent, isn't it? Better than hanging around on the streets.
The pressure is now on Team Bristol and Team London.
I'm in a focused state now.
Okay, my point is...
Wait, guys, wait.
Okay.
First of all, let's start with the 2 points.
Despite everyone's worst fears, Chelsea has accepted her role.
So let's rank. I think these two should go together, provoke them and self-esteem, and I think that should be the second speaker point. I listened to Adam and listened to Miss Alimi and was a team leader. I realised that it's a team thing, and I know that, but the way I came across wasn't showing that I wanted to be part of this team.
It's now up to Chelsea's teammates. If they lose now, their dream of winning the cup will be shattered.
We got told by Chelsea that if we don't get through to the finals, then she's never speaking to us again. So yeah, I think we have no choice but to get through if we want to talk to Chelsea.
It's crunch time at Parliament. The second semi-final is about to start between Team Bristol and Team London, whose key speaker Chelsea is sitting out. The motion they're debating is whether celebrities should have a right to privacy.
Currently, celebrities have so much freedom, they get special treatment over ourselves. Think of the Kardashians, Paris Hilton. What do they have about themselves that makes them any better in your eyes?
My personal space isn't allowed to be invaded, and neither is any of yours. How would you like it if you were being judged by society? To be as famous as they are, to make the money that they do, they have to have a paparazzi with them. They have to sell themselves. They don't have the right to just pick and choose.
They work their blood, sweat and tears into that status. So why should we invade their privacy? Why should we look into their life that they don't want to be exposed?
It's now up to the judges. Chelsea, meanwhile, is riding high after her team's performance.
I felt more part of it than I thought I would. It was a good debate. It was an amazing debate.
I really want to win it. If we get through to the final and we win, that would be amazing. I want to win it so much.
I think the standard was incredibly high.
I think that I have quite a clear idea in my head, and I think that so do you. And I don't think that we're going to move. And so I think this is down to a vote, unfortunately.
I think it's a very difficult one to judge, if I'm honest.
The fate of Bristol's Fairfield High and London's Kingsford School now hangs in the balance.
So, the winner and going through to contest for the cup is the team from Kingsford.
Team London are in the final, but it's the end of the road for Team Bristol.
You were so good. You know that? You were so good. Sometimes you lose, but sometimes you should just be so happy with what you've done. You made it this far. There were teams that didn't even make it this far.
Disappointed, a little bit emotional, but I think we've all done really well and that we've kind of achieved, we've got loads of new skills now and so yeah, it's just really good experience.
For the two winning teams, there's no time to celebrate. They're straight into prep for the final. Chelsea has been rewarded for her team effort with a frontline role.
It's nice to speak at Parliament. Well, I get to say that I stood up and spoke at the Houses of Parliament now. Yeah, feels good.
It's also good news for Star London speaker Melanie, for whom debating has been a lifeline.
Me and my friendship group, well, we used to be trouble. Year 7, there was fights, a lot of fights. Year 8 was rudeness to teachers. Year 9, I just had a really bad attitude. I didn't like school very much, so I tried to take a lot of time off. Debates helped me have a chance to speak out and, channel my loudness into something that's good.
I know that I'd like to see adverts so that I can make a choice for what I want. I think that people deserve that choice for what they want, and I think that you guys are thinking about it in the wrong way.
I think debating is very good for her because she would like to be a lawyer one day. That is her dream, to be a lawyer. And that requires her to speak in the public, out in the gallery. And debating is one aspect of developing who she's going to be tomorrow. So.
For Melanie, today is the first time her mum will see her debate. Team London are clashing for the trophy against Team Manchester, whose key speaker Imani cracked under pressure last time.
I need help. I need help someone.
I am worried because sometimes with Imani, when she's had that knock, it takes a lot for her to kind of forget and shake it off. So if she continues that in the final, we may as well go home now.
Oh, parent children. I just froze under pressure, and because I didn't prepare well enough, and it felt like 10 hours frozen. But everyone was like, it was only 2 seconds. It's okay. And I was like, no, it wasn't. But this time, it's my second chance.
The final clash is the culmination of the team's 12-week journey. The decider will be introduced by DebateMate patron, star of The In-Betweeners, Alex McQueen, and by legendary arts presenter and member of the House of Lords, Melvin Bragg.
Thank you very much. This is a palace, literally. This is the Palace of Westminster, and it's a most extraordinary place to be. The abolition of slavery began here, in this Parliament, with a debate. The National Health Service was brought into being here, in this building, after a long and very fierce debate. And debate's the key to it, because society depends on argument and opposition. And we're here to see you do that now. So good luck to you, and thank you.
The motion for debate is this House would lower the voting age to 14. Enjoy it, and the very, very best of luck to you.
First to argue whether 14-year-olds should be eligible to vote is Chelsea, and it's the moment she has longed for all day.
As teenagers, we've got our GCSEs to worry about, we have exams to worry about, we have school life to worry about. Why should we feel that we should be forced to be adults? Let us enjoy our teenager life. If I cannot relate to these policies, why should I be told to vote for something that I don't believe in and something that we, as teenagers, do not understand?
Society has moved on. Young teenagers are taking on more adult activities. Why should voting not be included?
I'm 14 and I don't feel ready to vote. We don't go to school to learn about politics. We go to school to learn about English, maths, science, key skills that we need in everyday life.
After faltering earlier, Imani now has the chance to redeem herself.
Before I start my speech, I would like to say thank you to the judges for this second chance. Ladies and gentlemen, we as young people have our own minds. The first speaker on opposition said that there was stress in voting. But voting is not hard. You choose a party you like and you vote. I am a 14-year-old and I am a citizen of the United Kingdom, and we have the right to decide our fate and future. 14-year-olds can benefit from voting because of the different skills that politics can bring, such as what we are doing now, debating. So debating is a skill that is needed in life. Better. That was better.
It's future barrister Melanie's turn to fight for the trophy.
You said that voting isn't hard. You pick a party that you like and you vote. That shows that actually children our age don't know anything about politics, because I think that it's much more than that. I'm living in a house with my mum, who is paying the bills for that house and is giving me shelter, which has nothing to do with me, but has everything to do with my mum, because it affects her, because she's paying those bills and it's costing her money, and the things to do with this country affects her greatly and not me. Fair enough, it's my future, yeah? It's all of these children's future, but that is the future. Maybe 16, but 14 is just stretching it, and I don't think this, and my team don't think this, and this is why I urge you to vote for the opposition. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. You mean you have all this in here? Oh, I'm so proud of you, honestly.
I didn't know she was that good. My goodness, I'm asking myself, is that really my daughter? But my goodness, if they carry on like this, they will run the country one day.
That was actually one of the best speeches I've done. In the whole of this debating process, I went down and I shot right up like a cannon. I am ecstatic.
I thought it was a good debate, and given that there's so little time to prepare it, it was exceptionally good. They were clear, they knew what they wanted to say. I liked the way they controlled the debate. I don't think many people in this house could have done it, really.
Only one team will be crowned champions. Either London's Kingsford Community School or Manchester's Stretford High.
The winners and the champions of the Artemis Debate Mate Cup Kingsford.
Congratulations and a huge round of applause.
I'm really happy. I won. We won.
It's just not very real. I can't, it's just, like, did this just happen?
It's been a bit up and down because I didn't really enjoyed the fact that I was sitting out, but I think I learned from it a lot, and I hate to say this, but Adam and Miss Leamy were right.
I couldn't be more proud of them. The win's fine, but the fact that people like Chelsea have developed so much and are great team players and great people, that's my trophy. I'm very happy with that.
12 weeks ago, these teenagers struggled to be heard.
I don't know if I want to do it, miss.
Why wouldn't you want to do it?
I'm just a lowlife.
You're not a lowlife. Hi, my name is Ellis and I have a voice and I'm not afraid to use it.
Well done.
Guys, are we ready?
Now debating has changed their lives.
He said teenagers are lazy. No, they're not. That's stereotyping all teenagers.
You see people all around the world who don't even have shoes on their feet. So why are we wasting our money on toys? Decline.
Those kids have got a bright future ahead of them. They're going places.
We are talented and will become men and women serving under our country.
It's amazing that they can do this, but they get the opportunity.
We are also children.
Do we let them take our freedom? No, we shouldn't.
It's got to be the best feel I've ever had in my life.
We're the younger generation. The future Prime Ministers.
Make way for the Silver Surfers. Some OAP internet virgins are getting an education in 21st century tech. Our new series starts on Thursday at 8, or see it first on demand. And from 8 tomorrow, Sky One goes bonkers as we step into the world of Yonderland. It's back for a new series, but you can always watch it now if you fancy, also on demand.